Section 21. Far. How far is it? How far is it from your house to the nearest station? Field. The field of nanotechnology. More and more scientists are working in the field of nanotechnology. Place. Place her hand on. She gently placed her hand on my shoulder. Point. A turning point. They were at a turning point in the history of the world. Point to the door. She pointed to the door silently. Position. Get a high position. He hopes to get a high position in the group. Region. Cold regions. Wild monkeys sometimes live in quite cold regions. Somewhere. Somewhere in Japan. I hope I can see you again somewhere in Japan. Toward. Walk toward the door. He walked toward the door to lock it. View. From my point of view. From my point of view, you should lose some more weight. Yard. The square yard. The square yard was covered with flowers. Influence. Influence your way of living. What influenced your way of living? Affect. Affect your health. Do you know how badly smoking affects your health? Appear. Appear to be ready. Jake appears to be ready to face any difficulty. Boil. Boil some eggs. We need to boil some eggs before making potato salad. Connect. Be connected with the case. He was closely connected with the case. Drop. Drop in on me. She dropped in on me to talk about her husband. Fill. Be filled with treasure. The large box was filled with treasure. Float. Floating weeds. They volunteered to gather floating weeds in the lake. Grow. Grow worse and worse. Things in that country are growing worse and worse. Hit. Be hit by a car. He was hit by a car while he was taking a walk. Lead. Lead to medical problems. The heat of summer can lead to serious medical problems. Melt. Melt away. The snow melted away late in the afternoon. Progress. Make rapid progress. How did the child make such rapid progress in English? Progress. Progress greatly. Science has progressed greatly since then. Reduce. Reduce energy waste. Everybody must try to reduce energy waste. Result. Result from his carelessness. I thought that the accident resulted from his carelessness.
Section 22. Roll. Roll around. The small kids rolled around on the snow. Sink. Sink to the ocean bottom. The ship sank helplessly to the ocean bottom. Wave. Wave to us all. The Queen elegantly waved to us all. Increase. Increase a little. The number of violent crimes has increased a little since last year. Whether I could come. She asked me whether I could come to the party. However, I can't. However, I understand what you say. I can't, however, agree with you. Neither do I. I don't want to hurt him. Neither do I. Therefore we can. She never tells a lie. Therefore, we can trust her. Equal. Have equal rights. She believed that women and men should have equal rights. Hardly. Can hardly explain. I could hardly explain my thoughts to him. Less important. This problem is less important than that one. Most of the citizens. Do you know most of the citizens are against the plan? Per. National income per person. How much is the national income per person in your country? Rather. Look rather thin. He weighs 70 kilograms, but looks rather thin. Degree. To what degree? To what degree do you know about the fact? Roof. On the flat roof. He lay down on the flat roof to dry his wet clothes. Stadium. This baseball stadium. How many people can this baseball stadium hold? Gate. The front gate. He came to the front gate and greeted us. Temple. The famous temple. The woman showed us around the famous temple. Theater. The movie theater. The movie theater is close to the station. Passenger. The passenger plane. When did the passenger plane crash into the mountainside? Astronaut. A famous astronaut. He grew up to be a famous astronaut. Thief. Arrest the thief. The police arrested the thief on the street. Audience. A large audience. His wonderful speech moved a large audience. Character. A cheerful character. Everyone likes Jane because she has a cheerful character.
Section 23. Expert. An expert in technology. The official is an expert in technology. Neighbor. My next-door neighbor. My next-door neighbor often goes fishing on weekends. Army. Enter the army. When did your brother decide to enter the army? Guide. The volunteer guide. The volunteer guide explained the history of the museum to us. Guy. That guy's natural talent. Don't you think that guy's natural talent is wonderful? Professional. Professional help. Why don't you ask for professional help? Secretary. His new secretary. The president is satisfied with his new secretary. Bill. Pay the phone bill. When do I have to pay the phone bill? Business. On business. How often do you go abroad on business? Cost. Cost me 10,000 yen. This jacket cost me 10,000 yen in that shop. Crop. This year's crop. This year's crop will be affected by the cold summer. Customer. More and more customers. More and more customers came to his new restaurant. Earn. Earn enough money. I have to earn enough money to support my family. Hire. Hire part-time workers. The company regularly hires part-time workers. Machine. The washing machine. I'm afraid that the washing machine is out of order. Model. The latest model. The factory introduced the latest model of computer. Project. Start the project. They started the project to increase food production. Rent. A house for rent. We are looking for a house for rent near the town. Sign. Sign the document. I'm ready to sign the document. Communication. Means of communication. The Internet is an important means of communication. Message. Save the message. Don't forget to save the message. Topic. A topic of great interest. Global warming is one of the topics of great interest. Debate. Debate that problem. We spent a lot of time debating that problem. Matter. Matter little. It matters little whether he will follow my advice or not. A delicate matter. It's a delicate matter, so you should not tell him about it. Argue. Argue with my classmates. I argued with my classmates about the meaning of life.
Section 24. As possible. I have to start as early as possible. And so on. I bought some shirts, pants, and so on in the department store. B as well as A. The man is kind as well as wise. As far as I know, he is the fastest runner in our school. As long as I live, I will never forget you. All the time. He depends on other people all the time. Be known as. He was known as a singer, not as a bank clerk. Be tired from. The passengers were very tired from the long trip. Be willing to do. She was willing to help me with my homework. Carry out. She advised us to carry out the project soon. Far from. My parents are far from rich, but I respect them. For the first time. I met Mr. Green for the first time in 20 years. Go on doing. The teacher and the students went on discussing the school rules. Had better do. You had better not change your mind easily. Help oneself to. Please help yourself to anything on the table. In fact, he looks very polite, but in fact he is not. In spite of. He tried to protect her in spite of the difficult situation. Instead of, I will have to make a speech instead of him. Look after. The nurse is supposed to look after at least 20 sick people a day. Look forward to doing. I'm looking forward to hearing from my son. More and more Asian people are visiting our country. Not only A, but also B. Not merely A, but also B. These products are not only cheap, but also good for the health. Pick up. I'll pick you up at your hotel. I picked up a small bag on the street. Take place. The traffic accident took place in my neighborhood. Thanks to your advice, I was able to succeed in business.